How's it going, guys? So today we are going to try to land on the moon and return back to Kerbin, which sounds easy, and it is actually pretty easy in the grand scheme of KSP stuff. But it's not that easy for me. I've only done it maybe once or twice. I can't even remember. I haven't played this game quite some time. This right here is my deep space pig. It's a little bit overkill for getting to the moon, but I'm hoping that if I can get to the moon and back with this, I can use the same design to go farther. And what I want to do is just go farther and farther away and see what, planet-wise. Start at the moon and then go to the next farthest one. So yeah, I'm guessing this is going to be unsuccessful, because it usually is, because I'm not very good at this. But I've actually had this game since, I forget like if there was an alpha or a beta, but I know I had it before the full version was released, and it was just very basic with just a few engines, and they only had like this size tank, the medium size. They didn't have the big ones or like the tiny ones. So I didn't time the moon rotation because I don't care, I just do warp speed, and if I miss it once I just go around and catch it the next time or whatever. So I was just looking at some other KSP videos, and some people have these really good visual mods that I was looking up at maybe installing before making this video, but it seems like a bit of a process, so I decided just to do this quick first. I just sort of woke up and just kind of want to play. I don't want to sit there installing mods for an hour. Oh, I gotta slow down because I don't want to burn up. Start tilting a bit here. As the solid boost does. And they hit each other. Let's start turning a bit more here. I think we can turn all the way actually to 45 probably. There's the second stage complete. Oh, a little bit dangerous there. I should put on some of those Seprotron things maybe, but whatever. Okay, so it's raining out today. Which is kind of nice. It's been pretty hot out lately. But it just makes the road noise a lot louder next to my... Oh, I better boost up here. I'm starting to lose some... See, when I talk, I can't concentrate on playing the game, like for real. I can only do one of the two at a time really well. Not that I can ever talk really well, but you know what I mean. This is my rendezvous practice. That's the last thing I was doing the last time I was playing this. It must have been a year or two ago. It's really hard to rendezvous because, like, when you land on a planet or a moon, the gravity pulls you in. With rendezvous, the gravity doesn't pull you in. It's like with the moon, you can get close and then it grabs you, but with rendezvous, you have to get it exact. And if you're just like 10 feet away, I mean, you can use RCS, but like if you're like this here and you need to be here, you can't just boost and catch up because you'll go into a bigger orbit. It's really hard. You have to like go into a smaller orbit to catch up, or like a bigger orbit to slow down. And yeah, it's real exacting, so I thought that would be... What I was trying to do was practice there so I could do that kind of landing on the moon where I've got an orbiter, and I just touch down and then come back up to the orbiter because it saves a lot of fuel. But it was so difficult I stopped trying to do that because I can't even land on the moon normally. Very, so... If I do this successfully, then I'll go to Minimus, I guess. And after that, what would be the next target? I don't know, Eve or Duna, maybe. It would be fun to try the different ones because... keep an eye on my Apple apps this year. Fun to try different ones because like they have different gravity levels and atmospheres and stuff. So that'll be cool to try. It'll be a little different than the moon. There's a way to look at your fuel. Oh, there we go. in this view. Just yesterday I saw that the new Descent game came out, Overload, which looks awesome. I played Descent 2 as a little kid, and it was one of the coolest games, I thought. And I'm definitely going to buy that and play it, but I decided I might want to do an original Descent 2 playthrough before I do the new version. And then I was looking online last night, and I found an HD remake, not a remake, but like an update for Descent 1 and Descent 2. And I installed it and it works. It's awesome. 1920 by 1080, hardware acceleration, the original Descent games. It's awesome. Like all sorts of added visual effects, like shadows and lighting. And man, it's really cool. So I'm going to be playing that probably today a little bit. And what I want to do is get my Xbox controller set up to play it. Because since it's like a 3D flight game, I think it would work really well for that. Like mouse and keyboard is probably pretty good too, but mouse is usually better for aiming and shooters, and it is kind of a shooter. But at the same time, I don't know, it just seems like joysticks would work really well for flying. So, and you don't have to be like super accurate like you do in like a first-person shooter as much, because it's more of like a lot of enemies and a lot of bullets going everywhere, so it's not like you just have one chance to shoot them or else you die, like an online shooter, like a first-person shooter where you're people or whatever. But anyhoozle, I missed the moon here, big surprise. So what we're gonna do is just a small burn here before we get to the apoapsis. Oh yeah, I learned another thing the other day about the SAS control. You can do like a retrograde burn automatically, which makes it so much easier. Okay, so we're going to try to turn without using too much fuel, too much engine, because I don't want to boost in the wrong direction. So let's do some RCS here. Probably extend the old solar panels now. Actually, that one's going to be hit a tank, so we'll do, oops. Okay, so now just burn a little bit to get this around Kerbin to a safe altitude to pass by. Oops, we should probably slow down because we want to get closer to the apoapsis because we don't want to increase our total height too much. And this time warp, it's like you click more and more time warp arrows and like nothing happens, then you click one and it's like it starts shooting forward. You know, it's like that one did nothing, and you click this one. And the other thing I don't like going to the moon is if you don't cut the video, it takes like 45 minutes, like an hour, to like land on the moon and get back. It's crazy. It's kind of annoying how long it takes. It gets kind of boring. Okie dokie. Do do. You guys, I don't know if you guys have ever made videos before, but isn't it weird how like when you're being recorded you start to talk differently and act differently than if you weren't being recorded? I think that's really annoying. Okay, I think we're good. Oh yeah, that's plenty. So let's turn everything off. Actually, let's put a solar panel out. We don't need one. I don't want it to burn up in the atmosphere. I don't think it's going to be that close, but just in case. And plus we've got plenty of fuel. We don't need electricity that bad right now. Okay, so there's a, that's what we want right there. I forget what it's called, not an escape. Okay, so I'm not sure what's happening right now. Okay, I see. I'm not sure if this one's gonna work. Moon escape. Okay. So these confuse me sometimes. Let's turn off time warp. Is that what I want? No. See why? I don't know why. Let's turn on SAS. Put on retrograde. Is that what we want? I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. It looks like it might not work. It might work actually. Yeah, I think it's helping. Yep, there we go. Whoa, whoa. That might not have been good. I don't know what just happened there. That's not bad. See, now we're getting into an orbit here. See, what I don't understand is what those blue markers are. There's blue markers and yellow markers on the map here. So, all right. So now we're captured into the gravity here. So I'm going to turn off everything and just fast forward a bit and get closer to the periapsis, I guess, before I start more braking. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, because I'm clicking that behind the warp. Okay, we don't want to get too close, because when you go past it, I've had this happen before, you don't want to go past it. You want to do the maneuver right before the periapsis or the apoapsis, or else things get all weird and they don't work right. Alright, so we're doing pretty good now. Let's put on our solar panel. Let's turn on the game music, how about that? Let's see here. Solar panel. Yeah, I used to do this all manually, but like you can just press this retrograde button with SAS and it automatically lines it up and it makes it a million times easier. And it's been a while since I've been playing. Like I said, maybe a year or two since I've played this very much. Okay, why is this not... Oh, these have been out of fuel forever. I should have detached those. Oh well, that's fine, because I've got plenty of extra. Let's hope I don't blow up here. That's why I was having so much trouble turning. There we go. There, that'll be much easier, but it's fine because this ship is so over-designed. It's got so much extra fuel to account for all the mistakes I make all the time, so shouldn't have any problem. Like, I've got all this fuel just to burn down to the moon. Way more than enough. Okay, turn off SAS because... Oh wait, no, we want that. There we go. Sweet. Okay. Alright, so now... Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is I learned how to do like these maneuvers where you can click and do like set as target and it shows you a path and like icons on the Earth and it makes it a lot easier to get to orbital bodies. But I totally forgot how to do that. I was just learning last time. And just like this retrograde burn option, it makes things so much easier. But I forgot. Orbital mechanics are not the most intuitive thing in the world. Oh, look, there's a lander. Never made it. Got all sorts of stuff up here from missions that didn't quite make it. Let's put on our asset. Oh, we got an RCS. No, we're not. Okay. Let's put out our other solar panels now that those tanks are not blocking them anymore. Oh yeah, so I put a heat shield on the top of this. I was having trouble with the parachutes. I was just testing it the other day. to make sure I could re-enter. I was just like launching up a few thousand meters and then coming down with the final stage just to make sure it worked. You know, instead of going to the moon and coming back and then finding out it doesn't work. And the parachutes weren't doing enough for me. Keep an eye on the periapsis here. So I ended up having to put 3 parachutes on, and finally that turned out to be enough. It still hits the ground a little harder than I want it to, but that was with a full tank, and it won't be so full after a real flight, so I think it'll work. We could always land in the water too. But I put a heat shield on the end. I used to have 1 parachute on the end, and that was it, and that used to be enough. See, I landed this whole thing instead of just the capsule on the top. So it's a little bit heavy, but I have so much fuel. Oops, that's the thing. You don't want to, so we want to stop the burn. We don't want this apoapsis to get past us here. We want to catch up to this periapsis now. See, in game, it's not such a big deal. If you miss something, you can just go around again and wait till it lines up again. But in real life, it's like if you miss it, it's like, oh, now we have to wait like 7 months in space. Now we have to wait like 5 years in space to get another burn opportunity. So not so good for real life. Totally fine in the game. A slight amount of thrust just to get it turning, even though this is not the direction we want to thrust in. And so we just do a tiny amount, just so it's not really pushing us forward. It's just giving us some gimbal here. I could basically leave it like this all the way into the landing now, because what'll happen is we'll slowly lose speed and it'll slowly turn the rocket towards the moon. And actually, I think we can actually let the apoapsis cross us, and it'll be fine in this case. So let's step up the engine speed here, engine power. Oh, look at Asme. He's having a good time. Can't see much from here. Oh, there's a little window there. Yeah, I can't wait to do that visual pack. That'll be really cool. Okay, now I kind of screwed myself because I don't know how to get back into the view. It's not good. Oh, look, I can throttle down. That's good. Crap. Let me pause this real quick and look up how to change my view back. Okay, it's the V button. So can we fast forward? Yes, we can, but now with the engine's on, which is annoying. Because like I said, this takes like 45 minutes. Okay, actually, let's try to land on the lighter side of the moon instead of in the dark, because that can be kind of annoying. So we'll just turn off the engine here and fast forward to the other side of the moon. How much speed do I have? 500. Should probably start slowing down, but we probably can fast forward just a little more. Yeah, that's what we want on the light side of the moon. Oh, I crashed. I tried to do a landing the other day, yesterday I think, and I was doing so well, and then I crashed into the moon because I forgot the surface of the moon was actually at like 5,000 or 500 meters or something. It wasn't at 0, so I wasn't expecting to hit that quickly. So I still had some speed, and I was fast forwarding, so I was impatient. There we go. Here's the moon. Nice light side. How are we doing on? Oh, we got plenty of that. We'll do a hard burn. And I can see the camera just switched because something gravitational influence changed there. I want a version of this game so badly with like really accurate physics, like everything actually having mass and aerodynamic models, and like that would be so cool if it was like really accurate. They used like finite element analysis. I was actually looking this up the other day because for race cars, like it's cool to do stream testing. Like you can draw the shape of a car and see how good it does aerodynamically for racing with like software. Because that's so I found this program called Open Foam. It's a free finite element analysis program. So you can draw 2D and 3D models and simulate flow around them to see how they would perform in real life. And that's one of the biggest things in racing that's happened over the last 5 or 10 years, especially for like average people, because rich companies have been able to do this for a long time, but now computers are powerful enough and cheap enough, and the software is cheap enough that like the average person can use it. That's really cool, I think. So there's the Milky Way there. So it'd be fun to use, but imagine making this game so every part you made for the game, you simulated in an FEI program like that, and you actually put in actual drag values that you got from the simulation into the game, and it'd be very accurate. Because physics models for gravity and acceleration and velocity and all that is relatively simple to calculate, but the aerodynamic stuff is real complicated, and you need a program like that. So patience is the name of the game, I guess. 46,000 feet, so I think I'm just going to fast forward to I don't know, 30,000 or something, just to make sure we have enough time for also my breakfast sandwiches in the toaster. I want to make sure it's not burning. I'm going to check that real quick. Alright. Okay. It's a good thing I checked because the sandwich was just about to start getting burned. Let's boost up a little bit. Take down our velocity. So that breakfast sandwich was like from the place down the street, and it was okay. It wasn't that great, but are you guys familiar with street food? You get street food from street vendors, hot dogs and whatever. Well, New York City there's hot dogs, but different places have different street vendors. A lot of that food, like the fried stuff, a lot of it is the kind of food that it's only good when it's hot, and as soon as it cools down it tastes terrible. That's what this sandwich was like. Of course I heated it up so it was pretty good, but I was just thinking that if it only tastes good when it's hot, and then because there's some foods that they're really good hot and they still taste really good when they're room temperature or cold, and when it has to be hot to taste good, I feel like it's like a cover-up, that the food is not actually that good. It's just the hotness of it that makes it good. Anyway, yeah, stay here for more random rambly thoughts. So I know these videos are not that interesting because all the good ones, they cut them up into, obviously nobody wants to watch a full 45-minute moon landing. They always fast forward all the transits and just cut it up so that all you see are the parts where there's actually action, like the stages detaching or like touching down on the moon and all that stuff, lifting off. The thing is though, I'm not going for just sheer number of views and popularity, because if I was doing that I would just do stupid clickbait stuff like 5 amazing reasons that you didn't know, those stupid things. Yeah, this is more of like, I'm just doing what I like to do, and I'm videoing it because I know that some other people probably like it. You know, not obviously a lot of people, but some people. That's all I care about is, you know, sharing what I like with other people who like what I like. Not to get sheer numbers. Hopefully my microphone level's okay. I've been having trouble with it a little bit. Okay, we're getting down to 10,000. I'm going to detach this stage now. I'm going to give us a little boost so that we're not falling. Let me get down to about 0, I guess. Okay, that's fine right there. Careful not to... Okay, good. Are we falling? Yep, we're falling. I want to make sure we're not... So the orbit, the velocity doesn't tell you if you're going up or down, so it's just making sure we're going down. Still. Yep. Okay, 200, I'm going to watch this to see how far we really have to the surface since this isn't accurate up here. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Thousand. Oh yeah, my shuttles, my rocket's called Deep Space Pig. I thought that was funny. Plus 400. We gotta start slowing down because this engine's not that powerful. Oh. Two kilometers. About to hit there. 2.5 kilometers. See, it says 6, but it's actually 2.5. So that's... Oop, we're going up now. So let's go over to this flat area so we don't have to land on the... Hopefully we land somewhere smooth. So really, yeah, that's why I crashed last time, because this is not accurate. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is, like, I used to watch Co's Quest way back in the day. It was a Minecraft series back when Minecraft was not very old, and it was extremely boring and like monotonous, but I loved it. It was just soothing, you know. I could just put it on and just like lay down and close my eyes and just listen to this guy like boringly talk about his playthrough of Minecraft and the things he's building, but it's just really relaxing. And so I know there's some people out there, since I like the long stuff, the long boring things, I know there must be other people that like the long boring videos. I've been falling asleep to YouTube videos for, let's put down the landing gear, for years now. And it's nice to find those boring ones. Because if they're too loud and exciting, then obviously it's pretty hard to fall asleep to that. Or if they're too short, then you shut off. Okay. Man, this takes forever. Don't want to go too fast. Gotta be very careful. Ooh. Oh, we're not on retrograde. That's why I was doing it. Okay. Ooh. Careful, careful, careful. Careful, 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 careful. Okay, this looks kind of flat down here. Okay, we're about to touch down. You can see we're at 3,700 meters still. Again, showing that this is not accurate. I've got landing lights too for when it's dark. They're also good though for telling you when you're close. I guess we have the shadow, so we don't need them, but it's just another indicator of how close you actually are. See the light starting to light up there? That lets you know you're getting close. very careful. Very, very careful. I think it might work this time. Hopefully we can get back to Kerbin. Why isn't it at retrograde again? Why does it keep doing that? Ooh, careful. See, it's gone again. Oh, because it's such a slow speed, maybe? I don't like this. I do not like going sideways. I'm not happy that the retrograde turned off, because now I'm going sideways. Crap, I hate this. It's the worst. Damn it, KSP. Oh no. Why? As you can see, I'm not very good at this. Come on, be good to me, baby. Oh, because it goes... Okay. Man, give me a break here. Just give me a nice landing. Fuck. Sorry guys, I'm really bad at this. Oh, please God. Oh, no, that one didn't work. Pretty close. Oh my God, I almost thought I had it. I thought I had that one. Oh, this is so stupid. I need a wider lander. Other people online, when you watch their videos, they're so freaking good at this. I'm good at a lot of games, but I guess it's notoriously difficult to land, isn't it? Why don't we go up here so we can get some a little bit of altitude and then put the retrograde on again. And this way we don't flip around like we did before and almost die. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe we'll just take a slightly faster landing to keep the... Oh, the retrograde's not on, that's why. Gosh. This is the worst. See, like the controls... The camera controls are not intuitive because like if you change the camera, then the controls move you a different way. It's not consistent. Or it is consistent, but not relatively. Come on. Nice and easy. Please. Oh my God, yes. Wow. Wow, we almost... I thought it was going to be bad there for a second when we were flipping upside down so close to the surface. Oh my Lord. Okay. Let's retract this panel. I moved this panel out of the way of the ladder and freaking... Are you going to tip over seriously right now? Please. Please be good to me. Oh, got it. Wow. I turned off the SAS and it started falling over, so I had to lift off. It was the SAS that's keeping us balanced. That's what happened. Man, thought I almost had it. Alright. Do the same thing one more time. A little bit of altitude. And then put on retrograde as soon as we're going down. So that we don't do another flip again. At this rate, I'm going to run out of fuel. No, we should be fine. Okay. Can't go too slow, because then the retrograde controls turn off. I think that's what was going on, so keep it at about 2 meters per second. The surface hopefully is a little more level over here. are you wobbling so much? Please. Oh my god. Okay. Jesus, these are like the bounciest landing gears ever. Yeah, I moved this solar panel out of the way and it didn't save it. Why can't I retract it? I want to retract it so I can go down the ladder. Oh well, we've got low gravity, so we don't actually need the ladder, I guess. Sorry if that vaporizer's annoying. Oh, what do you know? Solar panel's in the way. Turn on RCS. Give us a soft Kerbal landing here. Nice. That was perfect. Okie doke. Now, plant flag. Good job, Asmi. It's a weird name. Take surface sample. The darker midland surface appears to be made up of basaltic rocks. Okay. EVA report. Dust is getting everywhere. Okay, great. Keep that, I guess. I don't know. Alright. Now. Okay, that should be the most difficult part done. Now we'll see if we can successfully make it back to Kerbin. If we can, it will be awesome because, like I said, I've only successfully made it maybe once or twice that I can't really remember. It's been so long, but I've tried so many times and failed so many times and made it like maybe once or twice. I'm not even sure if I actually have. I think I have once, maybe twice, I'm not sure. Okay, get in, buddy. Board. Okay. Whew, alright. So now, actually, one of the tough things is getting the orbit the right direction. We want this orbit to be this way. We don't want to be going around this way, you know what I mean? So, let's try setting... No, that's not the moon. Let's see if we can set Kerbin as the target. See, I don't understand how this targeting stuff works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's letting me select a ship but not Kerbin, so whatever. Ugh. So, how do I know what direction I'm facing? That's the question. Okay, so I'm at a good place here. Okay, so I just need to go towards this crater there. Like that crater. If I go towards that crater... So it doesn't let you see. Okay, so it's got two here, then a gap, and these two conjoined ones. We want to go straight towards that bottom of the conjoined, I guess. Okay, so it's got those two there. Wait, where is it? Okay, here, like this. We want to go this way. So we want to go from here to the right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but approximately that way. Alright. Let's give it a try. Perfect. The controls lined up, which is nice, because sometimes they don't want to. We can turn sideways immediately, since there's no atmosphere. Actually, there is gravity, though. Just a little bit. Be a little bit cognizant of the gravity. I guess 45 degrees works. hopefully I have enough fuel. I saw a video the other day. I guess you can refuel. Okay, we want to turn a little bit this way. Oh yeah, I can see it lines up with that line right there, so I think that's what we want. I guess you can drill on the surface of some bodies, some planets or moons or whatever, and refuel that way, which is pretty cool. I'm going to try to do that in the future. Okay, so this, it's not bad. It's pretty lined up actually. Okay, we want to go a little bit more this way. And I know I'm making this harder than it needs to be because I'm sure you can just set like a path and take that path with the controls automatically and whatever, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm just doing it manually. Alright, let's bring this up here, full power. Okay, we're going a little too much that way now. I think we want to go back this way a little bit. Maybe this line is what I want. I think we can turn more now. Have you guys ever used the RC? You guys ever ran out of fuel and used the RCS thrusters as like your main engines? You know, sometimes you just have enough that way. Okay, so I think what we want to do now, we're gonna have just enough fuel, eh? Oh, you know what I should have, oh no, I couldn't have done that. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to the apoapsis here. I think this will be more fuel efficient this way. But we don't want to pass it, because then we're gonna hit the moon. If you just go just past the apoapsis, you try to burn out, it won't work. It burns you into the moon, so be really careful. Alright, right there. Let's bring this up here. Oh, we're not pointing the right direction now. Prograde, please. Alright, start our burn again. Catch up to our thing here. The apoapsis. Resume the burn. Okay. Catch up again. Alright. Continue burn. We'll be heading out here in a second. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I forgot about that. So what we need to do now is fast forward past this moon influence of gravity here. Went a little too far on the fuel. I think I might be out of fuel. Alright, now we want retrograde. We might want to get a little farther from the moon first. Actually, we want to do that at the apoapsis again, I'm pretty sure. So let's fast forward to that. I think we're going to be, the fuel is going to be pretty close. I think we might have enough. Burned a little bit too far. It really accelerates quickly once you know what I mean? Like it grows so slowly and then all of a sudden it grows quickly. I wasn't quite ready for that. I forgot that this was how it worked. Orbital mechanics, like I said, not the most intuitive thing. Alright. Let's do some retrograde. And burn this down to... Oh yeah, we have plenty of fuel. Look how quickly that's coming down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't want the moon. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay, what altitude do we want? 40,000, 50,000, 30,000, something like that? I forget where the atmosphere ends. I guess we could just try 50,000 to be safe the first time. And if that doesn't slow us down in the atmosphere, we'll do another burn to get a little closer the next time. Okay, how's the fuel? Alright, just enough fuel. This retrograde burn makes it so much easier than manually doing it. And it's not like easier that it cheats for you, it's just like annoying. It gets an annoyance out of your way. Okay, we're getting closer. $900, 800, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's starting to look really close, even though it's not that. You know, I think we'll go for 100,000, just to be really safe. This orbit is starting to look really dangerous. It's going to be like a really high-speed entry. That's okay though. Okay, 94,000. Give that a try. Okay, keep SAS on. Oh, it's going to turn off, isn't it? Time warp is so annoying how it turns everything off. I guess the physics can't handle it or whatever. You know how the physics get all wacky when you do time warp. That's probably why you can't. Whoa. Good thing we didn't hit the moon there. That would not have been good. Okay, I guess I have my heat shield. So we should actually go prograde so that the heat shield enters the atmosphere correctly. Let's put on RCS. Well, okay, we'll wait till we get a little closer. Right about there. Okay. Okay, we're prograde. Good. We should be all set for entering the atmosphere. I don't really care if the solar panels burn up, so I'm not going to put them in just yet. Let's just see what happens here. See if we get any drag from the atmosphere. I think we'll get a little bit. I'm pretty sure you start to get some, if I can remember correctly, around 100,000. So we'll see what happens. Alright, let's slow down so we can line up our prograde. Speed back up. 37, 25,000, 20, 19, 18, 15, 14, 13. All right, let's line up again. Fast forward. getting any drag at all in the atmosphere? Not really. Where are we? We're right at the periapsis, so. I don't think we're dragging at all because I don't see the heat effects. So I think we're going to have to burn a little lower. So I'll try maybe, I don't know, 60,000. So let's give that a try. Wow, let's go back out to our apoapsis. Retrograde. Get a little closer. Okay, that's close enough. Now, where are we at? 94. Let's go down to maybe 50, 52. Okay, I'll try that. 50,000 meters. Let's go. Let's go. Line up our retrograde here. Oh wait, no, we want prograde, I forgot, for the heat shield. Or I could put a heat shield on the bottom. No, I couldn't because the engine's there. Alright, so let's fast forward. $160,000 meters. Fast forward. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost did too much there. Okay, are we getting any drag yet? No? Oh yeah, we are. Look, they're burning. Okay, good. Why can't I put those back in? Normally you click on the solar panel, you can return it in. This is heating up? This heat shield isn't helping? That's not good. Here we go, boys. Let's see what happens. Oh, Lord. Okay. That scared me for a second. Oh, this isn't good. Oh my god. Come on, heat shield, aren't you doing anything? Alright, at least we're dragging now, which is kind of what, it is what we wanted, but I don't know, the heat shields seem different now. I just did a big update since I haven't played this in so long. There's an update, and I updated it, and now the heat shields are a little different. Okay. Oh yeah, see, it's pulling us in. So I think we should make it this time, as long as we stay. Let's put up our landing gear. I don't know how much difference that's going to make. Maybe save it from burning up. How you doing, Asmi? Am I doing EVA? No? Okay. Okay, it appears to be working. We could use some RCS to slow down. Not that it would make a huge difference or anything, but it's there. It's a thing that we could do. Alright, looks like we're gaining altitude again, so we probably are going to need to do another loop around. Yep, we're not burning anymore, so let's fast forward and go around one more time. Oh man, I hate it when it limits your warp speed. It takes forever. I'm so impatient. I need like a game to play while I'm waiting for this game, you know what I mean? Kerbal Space Center, rendezvous practice. What are we at? 172,000? We still can't fast forward more? How high do we have to be? Maybe I have to cancel this fast forward before it'll show me the other fast forwards. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Alright, so we'll go around again. I think we're going to do it, guys. It's a pain in the butt, but... Oh look, we're going to go right into Kerbin this time. Oh, it might not be good. It might be. So I guess. Oh man, that's not good. Looks like it would have been better to make a round orbit first, because this might come in too fast and burn up. But I guess we'll find out, huh? I could have burned a little bit here at the apoapsis and rounded this over, and I guess retrograded at the periapsis to bring this side in, get a more circular orbit to get a more even slowdown. Oh no, it was just behind Kerbin. It's not actually going straight into it. Okay, good. We might have a chance. Oh yeah, I think this will work actually. I think this might work. Oh look, we're almost lining up with this rendezvous. That's kind of cool. Okay, it should be right between us and the Earth. I wonder if we're going to be able to see it. Okay, we want to go prograde. Prograde, please. We're out of electricity. Okay. Let's put on RCS then. Because our solar panels blew up. We ran out of electricity. I guess we could go retrograde and burn a little bit to get some more electricity, but then we wouldn't be facing the right way for the heat shield. So it's amazing people did this in real life because it's pretty tough. Alright. See, I wanted to retract those solar panels, but it wouldn't let me for some reason, so I don't know. I used to be able to, when I used to play this, just click on it and retract it. It's probably a hotkey or something. What is stage view? Oh, nothing. Okay. Alright. Fast forward. So we get down below 100,000. Should be starting to get a burn pretty soon. Re-entry burn, I mean, like not a rocket burn, but the atmosphere will be burning me from friction and whatnot. Oh my god. Wow, it's pretty high mountain over there, isn't it? We didn't see that other... Oh, he's behind us now. We never saw him. It's too small, I guess. What is that, a lake? $65,000. I'm getting closer. Oh, here we go. Yeah, right around 60,000 is right where the atmosphere starts to slow you down. I guess SAS doesn't make a difference. I don't know. Well, we might need it. Even though we have no electricity, I think it's still keeping us pointed prograde with the RCS, so I'm going to leave it on. Nothing left to do now but wait. Oh, there we go. Got the back popped into place. That feels much better. Looks like we're gonna have to go around one more time, maybe. Hopefully, just one more time. Where? All right, I'm gonna pause it real quick and be right back. All right, so I guess we'll turn off SAS. For now, since we have no electricity anyway. Go around one more time. Okay, what do we need? 100,000 to fast forward more? Let's do a scientific test. Check it at 90. Oh, it gives it to us at 90. I guess you just have to be outside of the atmospheric drag. Alright, we're going to go all the way around again. Like I was saying, if this was real life and not a game, doing 2 or 3 of these passes around would take probably months. It's like, oh, sorry, we miscalculated. You have to like sit in your space station for 6 more months. And oh, we miscalculated again. Loop back around again. 6 more months. Alright. Okay. Let's go prograde. Prepare for entry. I don't know how many more times we're going to have to do this, but hopefully not too many. Well, I guess what's going to happen is it's going to burn a little lower each time until it gets to the point where it's dragging, you know, enough of the way around to capture you. So it might take another few times. But I'm not in a hurry. So yeah, I'm just going to do these long format videos of just stuff that I like doing, and I'm not trying to be mass appeal, just I know there will be some people that like it, and I'm making it for those people. Well, I'm making it for myself really, but you know what I mean. But there's people who are like me who share my like watching long boring videos, and then what I'll do is I'll make like little highlight clips of the action. I'll post the full thing, and then I'll post the little highlights in a separate video for the people who just like, you know, 1-minute videos. And like that flip I did on the moon where I almost crashed and then I finally landed it. I didn't think I was coming back from that one, guys. I was doing that landing and I freaking did a flip 10 meters above the ground, somehow regained control and landed it. Then I landed it and turned off SAS and it was falling over and I had to take off again. Oh my god. It's always something, huh? Alright, let's see how our orbit's diminishing here. It's not going to be enough, probably. Oh yeah, it's going pretty good now, so I think definitely in the next pass or two, I think we're going to get it. because the more this comes down at the apoapsis, the longer we're in the atmosphere to slow down. It was at 30 something, 3 million something, now it's at 2 million something. And actually you might even get it this time. Look at that, going down almost past 1 million. If not this time, I think we'll definitely have it next time. Yeah, the descent is slowing down. So let's see what altitude we're at. Oh, we're still burning, but we're gaining altitude. So I can't fast forward until we're out of this burn. Maybe I should use a bigger heat shield? I think I'll use a bigger heat shield next time. Protect more of the ship, because it seems like it's not protecting all of it. And it'll maybe also help us slow down faster. Should theoretically make more drag. Okay, we're out of the burn, so I'm going to turn off stability systems. And we're going to go around one more time. 1 or 2 more times. Oh, look, it even gives it to us at 75. As soon as you're out of the atmospheric drag, it lets you do full speed fast forwarding. Another 6 months. Oh, Jesus. Always cutting it close with those fast forwards. That's how I died yesterday. Turn on our stabilities, go prograde. Prepare for entry. Oops, I hit the V button. Oh, orbital to, oh, that's interesting. Chase, locked. Oh, auto. Guess we'll do auto C. Okay, here we go. And that's the cockpit had more windows. Radar altitude. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we're going to hit pretty soon. 67, 66, 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 60. Yep, it's right at 60 that the atmosphere starts dragging. About 6,500 meters. Maybe I should retract this ladder. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, because you know some of the parts in this game have aero and some don't, and some have mass and some don't, and there's all kinds of exceptions and stuff. That's why I really would love like a really accurate physics version of this. It would be so much fun. Especially for the airplanes and stuff. Oh man. And the other gripe I have with this game is the building can be very frustrating sometimes, you know. You're trying to place something somewhere and it doesn't want you to place it there, and then it gets all weird and it's like, oh man. If it was easier to build, then it would be a lot more fun too. Sometimes you're really battling the building system to get what you want, and sometimes you just never get what you want. It's like, no, I want to place this here. It's like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to place it over here. All right, 48,000. We're getting lower. Let's see how we do here. 1.5 million meters on the far side. We're beyond the periapsis here, but we're going to continue to burn. Slow down for, we'll see, I guess. We might have it. See if this comes down, if this apoapsis comes down fast enough to keep this part of the orbit in the atmosphere, then we'll make it. But it's slowing down its descent of the apoapsis, so I think we're going back out again. And yet the burn is stopped. Oh wait, that's weird, because we're at 57,000. I guess it's not completely stopped, it's just almost completely done, so. Okay, we'll go around again, I guess. I really think we'll make it next time. And if not next time, then definitely the next one after that. Okay, so we're 71, 2, 3, 5. Now we can do a full fast forward. Oh, 120,000. Oh, that's interesting. So it gives you the arrow to choose to warp above 60,000, but it doesn't actually let you do it until you get above 120,000. So why don't they just not give you the arrow until 120,000? Why do they show it to you then if you can't use it, but not show it below there? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. It's inconsistent. Alright. Fast forward a bit to about 60,000. Stop a little bit above 60 just to give it. Oh, it did it itself. Just to give it time to line up. You know, I kind of want to burn just a tiny bit to get some electricity. See if I just turn the engine on a tiny bit. That's not smart. Didn't even give me any. Okay. Man, this is incredibly boring to watch, isn't it? How come the music, I turned it on, but it's not. I turned it on, but it didn't come on. I don't know why. That makes it even more boring for you guys, no music. See how we burn down this time. I think we might have it this time. Oh, no, we just passed the periapsis. We might not. I think when you get it, the periapsis will stay in front of you. Still descending. Oh, the descent is slowing down a bit. Still slowing us down though. Still at 50,000. Once we get above 60. It'd be nice if I could see this from this view. Oh yeah, next one for sure. I think next pass for sure. We're gonna make it. Turn off stability, fast forward to what do we want, 120? Let's actually do a test. So let's just do the first 4 arrows now. Now let's just do 4. It gives us the arrows, but we can't use them. That's weird. It should just wait until we can actually use them to give us the arrows, but whatever. That's not the biggest problem with this game. Oops. So. Okay, that was kind of close there. I'm getting low on monopropellant. We'll have enough, but if I did, I don't know, 6 or 7 more passes, we'd probably run out. There should be like a little nuclear generator that you could use. So fast forward to 60,000. It automatically slows you down to 1x time when you get to 70,000. Alright, so it is descending. Wish I could fast forward this, but then the controls turn off. Stability controls. It'd be kind of funny if we exploded after we got all this far, wouldn't it? It's definitely a possibility, especially if we have to do a landing. I think the water would be fine, but I'm not very good at this, like I've said, so if we land over land, we may blow up. Oh yeah, we're gonna be this time for sure. Look at that, we're not even to the periapsis yet, and we're almost round here, so we should be in the atmosphere and dragging for long enough to come down this time. Okay, we're gaining altitude, which is not what we want, but hopefully this comes down fast enough to stop us from gaining altitude. Wonder why the music won't play, even after I turned it up. Actually, we might only have enough monopropellant for a couple more passes, so we might have just enough. Okay, if it doesn't make it this time, I know it definitely will make it next time. I don't think we're quite going to get it this time. It's really close. We got to do one more pass. Yeah, we're shooting out now to above 60. So, all right, this should be the last one for sure. Yeah, the orbit's coming in to be pretty nice and round now, so I think we'll have no problem. As long as we don't run out of propellant. We could always do positive thrust to gain electricity for the stability, but that's a last resort. Oh, so when it changes the arrows, when it gives you more, even though you can't pick the higher ones, the lower ones become different. So the fourth arrow is times 50 time, but when you're below whatever altitude, the fourth arrow actually doesn't do plus times 50. Here, we'll confirm this in a second. That's what I think is happening. That's why they do it that way. Okie dokie. 100,000. Maybe we can manually turn it a little bit more efficiently than the RCS does. Because the RCS is like, it turns it a bunch one way, then turns it a bunch the other way, and keeps going too much and then back and forth. And it wastes a bunch of propellant. So we'll just do a nice, easy turn. Nice, easy manual turn. Then we'll put the SAS on when we're close. Actually, screw it. We'll just manually do it. It's not a problem. Save us a lot of propellant. Line up the old prograde here. I'm excited to play Descent if I can get it working so it's really, really good on a 360 controller. I think it'll be super fun, especially with all the graphics and all the enhancements. And it's another one of those childhood games that I love to play, but I never beat because I sucked at video games as a kid. You know, probably like all little kids are like, yeah, obviously not as good, generally. So, oh, prograde, please, thank you. I was wondering why I wasn't lining up. All right, this is it, boys. We gotta make it this time. I'm not going around in space for another 6 months. Oh yeah, when you do the manual control, it uses way less monopropellant. So manually, I think we could do at least 6 or 7 more. 70,000, incoming atmosphere soon. I think we're gonna have just enough liquid fuel to land on the surface if we don't hit the water. It'd also be neat to put little wings on here so you could guide yourself in through the atmosphere a little better. Help you do a little bit of a softer landing if you're landing on the hard surface. Alright, 63,000. About to hit. But, I mean, it does gradually slow you down above 60,000, but you don't see your parts getting red hot from re-entry until about 60,000. So here we are, 59,000. No re-entry heat yet for some reason, even though we had it at like 6,500 earlier. Oh, maybe because our velocity is lower. I bet that's it. There, it's starting to glow now. At what, about 2,500 meters per second? Oh, there we go. Now the ship is burning. I keep using burning for different meanings, but whatever. Sweet, I think this is going to work this time. And it looks like we're going to pass over this ocean. What is that? Oh, that's the Space Center. Oh yeah, look at that. The apoapsis is coming in. 200,000 apoapsis now. I think we're going to be in the atmosphere until we touch down this time, or blow up. I'm not going to do another 6-month loop around the Earth again. Actually, I forget. Doesn't the actual space station pass over the Earth? It's pretty often, isn't it? You know, it's like every 12 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours, or something. Pretty sure it passes over multiple times a day. There's the. There's where we launched from. Oh yeah, apoapsis is coming in 150,000. Depending on where this comes in, we might get the ocean if we're lucky. So yeah, I'm using this new recording software, and it works really good. I'm really happy with it, and it was free. It puts a little watermark in the videos. I'm not too concerned with that. Or you can just buy it, you know, to get rid of that, or you know, acquire it from some other means. But it's nice because it records the video using your. It gives you the option of using your CPU or your GPU to record the video. And so it's nice, you can pick your GPU and it keeps your frame rate up, because when you use a processor to do video stuff, it's not made for that, so it uses a lot of power, and so it slows your computer down, and then the game slows down and you get low frame rate with other programs. But with this one, it doesn't slow the game down at all. Because, you know, there's Insurgency is one of my favorite games, but I can't really do videos of it, because when I was using Fraps or DxTory, or I forget which one, but I would turn on the recording and my frame rate would drop so far down that it was like unplayable. But now I've got this software, so I can try this, and maybe I can actually make videos of that game now. I almost bought a new computer with my tax return, like a really nice, it's like almost the fastest processor you can buy, 8700K i7 with DDR4 and a new motherboard and everything. I've got just enough money to do that, and this computer is pretty old now. It's like 6 or 7 years old. It was super fast when I got it. It's an i5, and I've got a 4670K. I think it's overclocked quite a bit, up to like 4.7 from 3 points whatever, but or whatever stock was, and it's pretty good. I mean, basically I can play any game, any modern game I want at like really high settings, and it's no problem. But if I want to record on top of it, it taxes the system even more. So I was considering buying that just to be able to record better. But that's like all my money, and I've been running out of money for gas and food and stuff, so decided it's probably not the smartest thing to do. And plus this computer, the other thing is this computer randomly shuts off once in a while. Sometimes it doesn't do it for a month or two, sometimes it does it a few times a week, but what sucks is sometimes I'll be in the middle of like a really good online match, like a really close game, it's been going for like hours, it's like an awesome game, and it'll just shut off, and I'll be like, god damn it. So I almost want to buy a new system just for that. And the reason it does that is because one time I was hooking up a scanner, and for some reason I was cutting the wires and splicing them into something, and I by mistake brushed the case with one of the wires, and it made a circuit and it shocked it. And ever since then, like the USB ports were acting all weird for a while, and they didn't work, and like now they work, and now it just randomly shuts down once in a while, which just sucks when you're in the middle of a good game or a good recording and it ruins it. But not worth spending all of my money over just to fix that. And the other thing is I've got Interstate 76 and these retro games in here running at high resolution and hardware acceleration and all patched and all these weird complicated ways that I don't think I could do again. So if I bought a new computer, I'd be worried about getting that stuff running like as good as I have it running now. Like everything is set up perfectly right now. And if I just switched the motherboard and processor and RAM and just hooked everything else up the same, it might keep all the settings the same and it might work, but it might not, depending on the firmware of the motherboard and stuff like that. I'm not really sure. Looks like we're going to land in the ocean, so that's good. I'm just hoping we don't burn up. I don't know if this heat shield is good enough for us. This bar right here is a little bit concerning. I guess we'll find out. Probably should have used a bigger heat shield. I'm tempted to turn off stability just to see if it would stay lined up by itself, because I think it would aerodynamically. But no reason to risk it at this point, except for to save monopropellant. You know what, let's turn it off. I don't think anything's going to happen. That was risky, but we did it. You know what, I think we're going to be fine. We're slowing down, like, we're not even going that... Well, we're going kind of fast, but... I think it's going to be good. Because I think we're slowing down quick enough that we're not going to burn up. I know when you're in the low atmosphere that you can start burning up at 300, 400, 500 meters per second. And we're at 1500, but it's dropping quickly. And we're still at 22,000 meters. So as long as we slow down to, below 500, by the time we're at, below a few thousand meters, yeah, it looks like it's going to work out. Look, the health bars are gone, so I think we're not... Oh yeah, look at that, it's really slowing down now. We're not burning. Up. Awesome, I think we're going to make it, guys. Sweet. This is going to be probably the only one I've ever gotten on video. Okay, so we're going to want to go... I guess we can go prograde all the way until we deploy the chutes, and the chutes will flip us around and get us to descend correctly. And I think I'm going to extend the landing gear even though we're landing on water. Just because why not? Alright, 9,000, 8,000. Oh, we're getting there, guys. Let's deploy at 5,000. Or deploy now. They're not red, so I think we're good. Oh man, I'm glad we made it because, man, that flip on the moon, I thought we weren't going to make it. I I used to make ones with like the landing gear out further for more stability, and that was a bit of a better design. I used to do this thing where I'd put a bar here and then a tank and then the landing gear so that you could land, and then the tanks that you used for landing you could blast off along with the landing gear that you didn't need anymore, and then this whole tank would be fresh and full for the return to Kerbin. I don't know why I stopped doing that. I've got so many rocket designs, but this is the current most advanced design that I have. Not most advanced, but it's the one that's like the most updated and current that I used for landing on the moon. And that last stage to get to the moon had so much extra fuel that I'm sure I could use the same rocket to get to a bunch of other planets and moons. Sweet, guys, I think we did it. I'm pretty happy about that. Put the landing gear down. Like, I was watching these videos, some people are so good at this game, it's crazy. Like, I saw this single stage to orbit, gigantic jet design go to some other planet, and then it just barely missed the mountains and came in low and landed going backwards. Like, you know how an airplane takes off and the front lifts off? Imagine doing that in reverse, coming in backwards, touching the back wheels down first with the thrusters on, with the jet engines on, and slowly putting down the it takes such precision. Some of the things these guys are doing is crazy. I also had a career mode going on here that I did a little series for a while, but that kind of got boring because, I don't know, it's more fun just to make stuff and try to get places, I think, instead of slowly unlocking parts and like having to go to this exact altitude at this location to get this mission credit, and it takes like all day. It's not even that exciting. I wonder what this stands for. HDG. Six meters per second. That's almost good enough for landing on land. A little thruster assistance. Retract the landing gear. Sweet, we're done. We did it, boys. Crew report. Alright. So now, what do? Now we go tracking station. Click on Deep Space Pigs, splashdown. Say recover. Sweet. 0 reputation for landing on the moon and coming back. Are you kidding me? Wow. Tough critics around here. Sweet, we made it, guys. Well, I hope you liked that one. I'm going to show you just for fun, real quick, what happens when you blast these stages off while they're still under full power. It's just fun to watch for a second. Sometimes they go really high, straight by themselves, and sometimes they turn right away. It's pretty cool. There they go. See, these ones are going straight up pretty well. Oh, now it's turning. Now that one's turning. Oh, look, this one's going up again. No fins or anything. Whoa. Wow, that one's really going. That must be one of the solid boosters. Because it's so long and skinny, it kind of keeps its orientation better. I want to see how high that goes. Wow, that's amazing. That's the straightest I've ever seen a unguided rocket go. Not unguided rocket, but unguided stage. Wow, perfect. It's probably going to keep going until it runs out of fuel. Let's watch some of these other ones hit the ground, maybe. Oh, we're too far to see that now. Look, we're spinning because I didn't have. We're fine, no problem. Let's see if that other one is still going. Oh, oh yeah, it's still going. Alright, well, that's about it. That's all I wanted to show you. Also, I won't show you now, but maybe another video. I used to have fun just making a single solid rocket booster with the crew cabin on top, and it's like, it accelerates ridiculously fast. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed my actual successful moon landing and return. And next time, we will go further.